Hello everyone. Hope you are good in health. In our previous session, we studied the changes occur in boys and girls during puberty. Let us now look at the systems involved in the process of human sexual reproduction. First of all, we will learn male reproductive system. The male reproductive system consists of two parts, two portions, and these two portions are which produce germ cells and second which deliver the germ cells to the site of fertilization. So please keep this in mind. There are two portions. One, what does it do? It produces the germ cells. What are male germ cells? They are sperms, right? So one portion produces sperms and the other portion delivers the germ cells to the site of fertilization, means the place wherein fertilization take place. And where is that place? In the female reproductive system, in the ovaries, right? So that second portion of the male reproductive system delivers germ cells, sperms, to the place of fusion or fertilization. Let us now learn the male reproductive organs in humans. First, we have testes. Testes are located outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum. So, what is the location of testis? It is outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum. What is the function of testes? The formation of germ cells, that are sperms, are done in testes. So, if it is asked to you, what is the function of testes? So, the function of testes is to produce the germ cells or sperms. You may think why these testes are located outside the abdominal cavity. Why is it not inside the body? Here is the answer. Because testes produce sperms and sperm formation requires a lower temperature than the normal body temperature. If we consider that the normal body temperature is nearly 37 degrees Celsius, then the sperm formation process requires lower temperature than that. So, if these testes are in the body, will there be sperm formation take place? No. Why? Because sperm formation needs lower temperature than the normal body temperature, and that is the reason that testes are located outside the abdominal cavity. And as you see in the figure, testes are located in the scrotum. In chapter number 7, we have learnt the hormones and the glands which secrete them. In that, we have also discussed the role of testes in the secretion of the hormone testosterone. Right? We discussed that testosterone is secreted by testes. So, testosterone regulates the formation of sperms. That is the function of testosterone. Also, it brings the secondary sexual changes during puberty. So in boys, whatever changes we observe during puberty, they all are brought by the function of testosterone. Testosterone is responsible to bring all changes in boys during secondary sexual changes during time of puberty. Then the sperms which are formed are delivered through the vas deferens, which unites with a tube coming from the urinary bladder. Look at the figure carefully. There is a bladder from which a tube like structure is formed, and there is vas deferens. Look at the figure carefully. What is the function of this vas deferens? It unites with a tube which is coming from the urinary bladder, and it helps to transfer the sperms from testes to urethra. So in the figure, look at the bottom part where testes are located in the scrotum. In the testes, the sperms will be formed. Now, from testes, the sperms will be transferred through a tube-like structure which is coming out from the bladder. So, these testes will transfer the sperms by this vas deferens, and where it will go? It will transferred from testes to urethra. So it will unite and it will end with urethra. So urethra will be form a common passage for both the sperms and urine. So what is urethra? It is common passage for both sperms and urine. Now you look at the next organ. Along the path of the vas deferens, there are glands. Look at the figure. Glands like the prostate gland and the seminal vesicles. Refer to the figure carefully. There is a vas deferens, and along the path of this vas deferens only, there are the glands present. One of them is the prostate gland, and another one is the seminal vesicle. In the picture, it is labeled clearly. What are the functions of this gland? So the glands like the prostate gland and the seminal vesicles add their secretions also. And when these glands secrete their secretions, as a result, the sperms will be in a fluid form, and it makes their transport easier, and this fluid also provides nutrition. So the sperms which are formed, produced in the testes, when it transports from this vas deferens, when it is along the path of it, there are glands present like the prostate gland and the seminal vesicle. These glands also secrete their secretion. As a result, the sperms will be in a fluid. And how does it help? It will help them to move easily, and that fluid also provide nutrition. In standard 8, I'm sure you have learned about sperm, right? What are sperms? They are tiny bodies that consist of mainly genetic material and a long tail. And for what do they have long tail? Because a long tail help them to move easily towards the female germ cell. So, here we have completed discussion on the male reproductive system. Let us once again revise it. The male reproductive system consists of two parts. One, the part which produces the germ cell, and second, the part which delivers the germ cells to the site of fertilization. Okay, first of all, let us see the organs which are involved, and that organs are testes, vas deferens, urethra, and the glands. Let us talk about each. First one we'll talk about testes. Testes are in a pair, right? Two testes are there. Where are they located? Testes are located outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum. Why are they located outside the abdominal cavity? Because we know sperms are formed in the testes, and the sperm formation requires lower temperature than the normal body temperature. And that is why the testes are located outside the abdominal cavity. The formation of germ cells, that are sperms, takes place in the testes. Also, testes secrete male sex hormone, and that is testosterone. In boys, testosterone regulates the formation of sperms. Also, it brings the secondary sexual changes during puberty. Then we have vas deferens. The sperms formed are delivered through these ducts, unite with a tube coming from the urinary bladder. So, vas deferens are the ducts which unite with a tube coming from the urinary bladder. Then we have urethra. What it is? It is a common passage for the sperms and urine. Then there are glands. One, prostate gland, and then we have seminal vesicle. What are the functions of these glands? These glands, like prostate and the seminal vesicle, adds their secretion, and this secretory fluid provides nutrition to the sperms. Also, because of this fluid, it is easy for the sperms to move. Why? Because the secretion by the glands helps the sperms to be in a fluid, and that is why the sperms can move easily. What are the sperms? The sperms are tiny bodies that consist of mainly genetic material and a long tail that help them to move towards the female germ cell. So this is all about male reproductive system.